Hello, and welcome back to EFT with Lucy. My name is Lucy, and I'm so happy you're here. Today, we are going to be stopping any rumination that might be popping up. And rumination is basically, in case you didn't know, just revisiting and continually thinking about something typically in the past that has happened, but really fixating on something and continuing to put your mental energy towards it. And as satisfying as it might feel sometimes in our brains to think about the problem like we're going to find the solution, usually that's not how we're actually going to find the solution. What I always tell my clients is if you get your physical body and your physiology in a different state, in a more relaxed state, in a state that feels more like yourself, you're going to make better decisions around that problem, especially if your rumination leads to a stress response or you already feel stressed about whatever it is you're ruminating on. Then you're probably not going to be using the full power and capacity that is your brain. So if you're able to tap it out right now, maybe move your body a little bit or do some breathing or whatever else helps you calm down and feel more like yourself and more like you're able and capable of tackling the world is a better and brighter place, then you should do that and then focus on solving the problem. This is inspired because today I went to help. I went to the store and there's a lady who looked like she needed a little bit of help putting a box in her car. And I asked her if I could help her. I put it in the car with her and I was like, great, I've done a good deed for the day. And then I walked back and I was like, oh my gosh, she was struggling putting in the car because she was in a wheelchair. And I probably put it so far back that she is gonna have trouble getting it out. And so since I did that thing, I've come back and revisited and be like, oh, I feel bad about it. Going back, revisiting, oh, I feel bad about it. And so I am doing this partially for myself, but because I know that this happens to me around a lot of different things. This is a little bit of a lighter topic, but it doesn't always feel like, oh, I helped somebody. What if I didn't help them all the way that I wanted to, or maybe I caused more problems for this person or whatever. Rumination can come up in a lot of different ways. The other thing that I would say about anything that has to do with rumination is I found this really enlightening from the book The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. He had this great boundary that he had in place. He has a great boundary he put in place with himself around stress and thinking about stressful thoughts, which is if he can do something about it, then he is going to do something about it. And if he is not able to do something about it in the next 10 minutes, he's not going to stress about it in the next 10 minutes. That doesn't mean you're not going to think about your problems or whatever needs to happen. It just means like, oh, if I'm not going to, like for this instance, I don't know who this lady was. I'm not going to go track her down and be like, I'm so sorry, right? This is something I just need to let go of. But if there is something that you are thinking about that you could take some sort of action on, then the boundary is, all right, go take that action or plan on taking that action. Put it on your calendar, whatever you need to do, and then let it go, right? Clear your brain for bigger and better things. Because here's the thing, if you are continually ruminating on this one thing, you're not actually putting your energy and attention that is limited in our day, your precious energy and attention on something that doesn't make you feel good, something that's actually not productive because you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Or if you can, again, go do the thing right now or plan it, like do the thing to plan it ahead, right? To commit to doing it in the future. But you have so many bigger and brighter things to be able to focus your attention on, and you're going to feel way better. And I always believe that when you feel better, you're going to make better decisions, and then it's just a positive spiral of doing better, feeling better, and then feeling better, and then doing better, and then feeling better because you did better, you know, all that good stuff. So let's tap it out and stop this rumination. Starting on the side of the hand. I'm thinking about this issue. I'm revisiting it in my mind, and it's not making me feel better. But for some reason, I keep going back to this thing. It's like my brain is on a constant treadmill where I think I'm running away from it and diverting my attention, and then I come back to this thing. But even though my brain keeps revisiting this issue, I am loving and accepting myself. Even though my brain keeps revisiting this issue and it feels like I have no control over it, I'm loving and accepting myself. Maybe revisiting this issue and continually thinking about it is making me feel worse about myself, or worse about life, or just worse in general. I'm loving and accepting myself anyway. Even though I'm having trouble stopping this rumination, I'm loving and accepting myself. I understand that my brain is trying to help me. Because maybe if I think about this problem enough, or this thing enough, then I'll be able to make it all better. I'm willing to look at this situation differently, put some loving boundaries in place with my brain, and move the F on, because maybe this doesn't mean anything about me, and maybe I have better things to devote my time and attention towards. All right, it's top of the head. I'm loving, accepting, and forgiving myself, even though my brain keeps going back to this thing, continues to revisit it, and think about it, and think about it, and think about it, and then think about it some more. I'm gonna lovingly explore what my options are to do about this issue. I'm going to curiously ask myself, with kindness and compassion, can I do anything about this situation? If so, when am I going to do something about this situation? Can I do something about it now to make me feel better? Or can I put it down on my calendar and commit to doing something about it later, when I actually have the time? But if I can't do something about this, I'm ready to let this thought go. I'm going to help myself think about something else. Like telling myself I tried my best. Maybe this doesn't mean I'm a bad person or incompetent or lazy or whatever I tell myself about this situation. I'm gonna put up a big stop sign and say thank you, but next. And maybe stopping to think about this, stopping the rumination feels unfamiliar. But I'm willing to believe and willing to bet that it is gonna make me feel better. And ultimately, I want to solve the problem and feel better. Because I know continually revisiting this thought is not gonna make me feel better. So I'm loving, accepting, and forgiving myself, forgiving my mind, and forgiving whatever else needs to be forgiven about this situation. And I'm committing to thinking more productive thoughts and taking more productive actions from a place of deep self-love. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. I hope this really helped. You may not feel a difference right now, but I promise you, as you go through your day, you're gonna look back and be like, oh, I didn't think about this as much. Or you'll say, oh, I was actually able to do a different pattern after I thought about this thought. I was able to either just say, nope, I'm not gonna think about this now, move on to the next thing, or actually go and take the action to help resolve whatever the problem might be. So I hope you feel better, lighter, and I will see you in the next